stare un po' vicina qua, poi ci penseremo. Hi everyone from home. Hi everyone here. Ciao. So nice to have you here at Creative Mornings in one of our beloved spaces of spaces. And I'm very, very happy to have a special speaker today.
Hi everyone. Nice to meet you.
So I will do this thing. Probably Silvia, if you can help Agnes later, would be useful. So this is our monthly theme. The theme is Crossroads. It's been illustrated by Joanna Grandi. So what's crossroad? It's the moment when you have to change something, and in order to change, you have to decide something. So crossroad has been a symbol of change and symbol of taking our life in our hands, like all over the cultures of the world. And I think that Agnes will illustrate this theme very, very well this time. As usual, I want to thank Spaces for having us here. I know that Margherita couldn't be here with us today, but I hope she's looking at us through the monitor. And finally, I really want to welcome someone who has been a member of Creative Mornings Milan since the very beginning of our community after COVID. She's a good friend, she's an activist, she's very involved in many different communities. So I'm very happy to discuss Crossroads with your help today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Hello everyone, I just put my presentation on, so. So hello everyone, my name is Agnes and thanks a lot Maria Chiara for the invitation. When a couple of months ago she reached out to me, I was truly touched because my story is really full of crossroads and she knows it very well. She knows actually a part of the road. So today I'm going to tell you my personal story. So actually I'm a bit excited because it's the first time for me to talk about my personal path and not just to talk about, my profession and my job. So it's going to be a bit personal. Thank you. So this is me. My name is Agnes. I'm Hungarian. I come from Budapest and I'm living in Milan since 2012. So it's been 13 years now. And I do a lot of things, but actually I don't like to define myself with my job title. So that's the reason why I really like the concept of multi-potential because, it's my path is not linear at all. I really did a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of things, but I'm a coach, a partner manager. I do sales and marketing, and this is my story that I'm going to tell you. So how it all started. Actually, as I told you before, I'm from Budapest, and when I was 14, I did this trip with my parents to Italy, and I completely fell in love with Venice. So Venice for me, it was like the dream city. From that moment, I really wanted to stay there, live there, and during my studies, I studied economics and tourism and hotel management. So in Hungary, actually, in order to graduate, you have to do an internship, which is obligatory. So my idea was that, okay, I just want to do it in Venice. But actually, the problem was that I didn't speak any Italian. I didn't have any experience. And of course, I didn't have any connection in Venice to do that. So it was, how are we going to do that? And basically, I sent over more than 400 CVs in English, just in order to have one internship. And, it's really a long story short, but basically, I didn't really receive any response from any of the hotels and accommodation, not just from Venice, because at some point I really wanted to do this in Italy, so I sent CVs to Milan, Florence, Rome, whatsoever. And the moment when I realized, okay, it's not going to happen this time because I really have to start this internship, otherwise no graduation is coming. I just got a phone call from Venice, from a 5-star hotel, and they offered me the internship. So it was really the beginning, and therefore I did this internship for 6 months, and I learned Italian quite well. And after my graduation, I got accepted for another internship, which is called Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs. So I arrived to Milan, and yeah, at some point it was just arrived to Milan for a job. I chose to be here for love, but then I remained for myself. And so, please, the next slide. Thank you. So this is the first crossroads situation that I want to tell you here is that I had this luxury hospitality experience actually, and I studied tourism and hotel management, so I was really keen to work on this, and I had some experiences. And when you arrive to a new country, and basically you are a foreigner, of course, but I was just 21, new grad, and in Milan it's really a competitive place. So they offer you only internships for like 2, 3, 4 years. I guess that you all maybe had this experience. So I was very keen to work in luxury hospitality. I had amazing job interviews in the biggest hotels, but then at some point I just had to realize that they were offering me like internships for 300 euros, and it was nothing because I came here without any help, without my parents, and I really needed a full wage in order to survive in Milan. So the first crossroad was what to do: work in a luxury hospitality and in a hotel for 300 euros, or actually to work in a call center, because that was the only place that I found for as a full-time job that paid me enough to work. So I started to work in the call center, and actually my intake here is that it was one of the most important job experiences ever that I had, because I learned how to sell on the phone. And it's when my Italian is not my mother language, so it was really important for me to learn how to be very secure of myself. And at some point I just realized that I just have to adapt myself to this circumstance. So I started to enjoy that job, and not to live as something that was not easy, because when you have all these dreams about amazing jobs and careers, but the reality is not sometimes that so sugar-coated as in the movies, or as how they in the university how to they tell you in the university, right? That is like you go outside and everybody's gonna just wait for you. And it's actually not like that, according to my experience. But short story long, story short, sorry, is that thanks to this experience, later that time, a couple of years later, I got back to luxury hospitality to do sales. So this is where my career started as sales. And after, you can go ahead, thank you. And after like 5 years, so we're gonna go ahead with 5 years, and I was working in sales, so I did a couple of changes, so I don't work in tourism anymore. But somehow, I'm sorry that you can see the question there, but somehow I just realized that I really wanted to change. I didn't want to do only sales. I wanted to add something new, and that was that moment that I just realized that I really want to learn new things. Thank you. So how do you know that it's time for a change? For me, it was like I really didn't feel any motivation at all doing my job anymore, and I felt like and you just feel so lost. You don't know what to do, and and I was around 27, 28 years old. So I had some experiences, a lot of experiences actually in sales and in tourism and other sectors, but I didn't know how to change this. So I left my job and I I went to a digital marketing school because at that time it was 2018 and digital marketing was not like now, but because now everything is digital, everything is AI. At that moment it was, I don't say something new, but quite at the beginning of digital marketing campaigns in general, and I was really interested in that. I did this course, and I just had to figure out how to get into this world. So I started this blog, which was My Digital Life, and it was about digital events. So basically, what I did, it was my way to get into digital, putting myself out there. And I'm telling this because I had absolutely no experience. I had just this idea that in order to get into this world, I want to learn as much as I can. So what I did, I started this video series. Basically, I went to these digital events, and after the event, I went to the speaker and I said, can I do an interview with you right now, live? So I just got my phone like this, and I registered these mini interviews, like 2-3 minutes, without any preparation. So at that time, nobody was doing videos or podcasts or something. So I started like this, and what's the thing that I learned here is that you really have to start from yourself and from your aspirations and your interests, your values, so something that excites you. Because for me, at that moment, that was really, really exciting, and then with these videos, I just wanted to experiment. So without judging, because this is, I think, very important. Sometimes when you want to do something new, you really feel scared. You don't know how to do it or what other people will think. This is the most common thing I realized during my career, and also now as a coach, that people really scared of what other people will think about them. And at some point, if you really want to just do that switch, you don't have to care anything about that. You just have to leave this judgment of other people, and also the judgment that you may have for yourself, because it's not going to be perfect, and that's fine. The important thing is just do it. This was my experience, and the last takeaway for me was persistent. So I did one video and nobody was caring about that. Nobody answered me, or they care at all. But then I made a lot of videos. It's been 6 months, and I made these interviews with the biggest digital experts. And at some point, people started to follow me on LinkedIn for this, and I just created a network around this experience. So what happened actually is that I managed to work in. I got offered a job in digital, and I started to work in digital. So that this project got me to a completely different part, completely different industry, and that was very cool. So I worked as community manager in a big co-working space, and I was all around digital actually. But another experience after a couple of years, like other 3 years, I would say, was that kind of unexpected crossroads, facing a layoff, which is, I think, nowadays very often. I mean, it's not an easy moment in general, and this happened to me actually 2020, 2020, and that happened to me also in 2022, so 2 times. But what I learned from here, you can go ahead, thanks, is that again, at some point you have to just understand how to sell yourself. And and this was something that helped me a lot to find a new occupation, but not just that. So basically, I got laid off, and I didn't, or I did in this layoff phase, and I was like there what to do, because I couldn't, I cannot stay without job. So of course, as I guess most of you. So I decided, okay, what to do. I know sales, I know marketing. Let's just tell about this experience to people. And I created this carousel post, which was really my way to try to find a way to resolve this problem. And I was just saying, hi, I'm looking for a new job. My name is Agnes, I'm doing this, I'm interested in that. So if you would like to just share or just put a like on it, that would be very nice. And actually this post went viral, and that was really a cool way to find a solution for my problem. So I had something like 35 job interviews with this post, and this again was quite, just to put yourself out there and say, hi, I'm looking for a new job. And this is something that a lot of people has problem with it, because again, what other will think? Actually, I don't care what other will think. I have to find a solution for my problem. So the cool thing here is that I just really try to summarize here is that you may need, of course, time and space to do this, or just to think that what would you like to do, and just have time to think it over. But then you have to, I think, or at least according to my experience, you have to learn how to do storytelling of your journey, of who you are, what you're interested about. So it's something. It's really neat. You need to do this in order to, to have this switch. And the last one is networking. So actually, thanks to all the networking that I did in those years, I had really a great support from my network. And where I work now, so I arrived with this post to my actual job because my boss saw it and he found it cool. So actually, I arrived with this project to my actual job, and you can go ahead. And what about now? So actually, it's not a crossroad at this moment, but a parallel road, I would like to say. And what you can do when you feel that it's time that you should somehow build your own road. This is what I'm doing right now, because 2.5 years ago, I also became a professional coach, and this is something that for me is super important, and it's at the moment it's a side hustle. You can go ahead, no worries. Okay. So what I realized that I really want to do more of what makes me happy and what makes me useful. It's also about having a positive impact on people's lives. And coaching really has changed my life and my perspective. And I just want to do more of this without leaving my job, without do something drastic. So I started to do it on my way. So I just do coaching sessions during evenings, during lunchtime. And what I wanted to say here, this is me doing my very first workshop for a women community. So what I wanted to say here is just, as my whole story is basically, you just have to start and you're gonna figure out, but you have to do step by step. And to finish my little speech, I wanted to bring you this concept that there is sometimes when you have to change something, or at least for me it was like, I don't know, is it gonna be the right choice, or what if I do the wrong choice? What if I just decide something and I will regret it? And I realized that it's not working like that, because there is no correct choice or wrong choice, but there's the only possible choice for you in that moment of your life. Because the me of 5 years ago is not the same person as I was, but in that moment, the best decision that I made was that decision. So it makes absolutely no sense to ask yourself, what if, as if, or whatsoever. And yeah, I wanted to bring you this concept that's finished. So thank you. Thanks a lot. I don't know if you have any question or you just want to add your experience or just share.
I just wanted to say thank you. Your story is very original and inspirational.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, it was nice having you here, and thank you so much for coming for this morning. And if you want to stay and chat,
or maybe if you have some question but you want to ask in private, or maybe you're shy, Agnes say here to have the second breakfast
yes, absolutely.
together. Okay, there are some.
Thank you for your speech. And as you are very young, I see, around 30,
36.
36, okay. So I just want to say that it's not a young thing to change path from time to time. You can do it anywhere in your life. So I changed my path so many times.
Yes.
The last one was last year. I was 45, and I quit my job and started my company with no references, by myself, everything alone, with no money basically. And in 1 year, I had to change my mindset and everything because I was an employee before in sales. And I started my career in wine because I studied so much about it, so I love it. So I want to, I have been teaching wine education since 10 years right now. That's my job, so I decided to do my main job. And some coaching too, and I say, well, it's scary, but it's not possible.
Yes, exactly.
I just did it.
You just have to do it, right? You just have to start.
Yeah.
Somehow you just have to start.
It took me 11 years to start.